Always we start from absolutely zero with no ideas about what's gonna happen on a new album, and this was for Legends, and luckily this time we had no fixed idea, like are we gonna do World War One, World War Two, or anything. And the first thing that came out was the music for the song Templars. And we felt this is neither World War One nor World War Two. This sounds a little bit more ancient, more epic. And somewhere in my archive of all the ideas, I saved down something called Legends. And I had a couple of, not a couple, a whole bunch of stories connected to it. And within there, we knew that we could fit Templars. And we had the song for it. We wanted to write the story, and that would fit Legends. And Legends was a great title for a Sabaton album. And once we had decided upon that, it became very natural and easy, because suddenly we have the whole world and a long period of time to look at, allowing us to almost do whatever we wanted musically, which we couldn't really do when we were tied to World War One. Like the last two albums. So it was a freedom. Yeah, I mean, well, we do know that we wanted like a fresh start. We've been doing the two albums about First World War, and we wanted to do something like fresh, something different, but we didn't exactly know what. So it was the time to look into a different direction, and it just turned to be Legends. If it was I think that this was knowing what our fans like and want from us. We felt very confident that they're gonna be very excited about something like this. So of course you can never please everybody, that's a given, but we knew that a lot of people will be happy. They want us to sing these songs. For example, a song about Jeanne d'Arc was very highly requested over many years, and Napoleon was one of the top requests, so being here. So and I mean, among the others, I think Julius Caesar must have been one of the highest requested songs of all time topics. And now we had the opportunity to do that. I mean, I get every day a lot of suggestions, and I saved some, the interesting ones. I marked them and saved them as maybe one day we'll do this. There are ways of doing this, which is pretty interesting though. But we went for one description for a legend. If something was done during the lifetime ended, and further down the line, at least 100 years after, it was still relevant, and as longer as possible it would be still relevant for what they did in life would echo sort of, at least for a century. This is what we said to be that. Being in a rock and roll band, it's very easy to see that there are rock and roll legends. Are they legends? Well, not according to our way of seeing it. Iron Maiden, are they heavy metal legends? Well, my heart says yes, but my logic on the new album says not yet. Will they be? Probably. So it's a matter of perspective, but that was what we made it to be, and that's what we went with. So it's important to think, not great. So a legend doesn't need to be great. A legend just needs to be legendary. But they can be legendary bad as well. And it's very important because it's a recurring thing in almost every song about Sabaton. Because even if there are heroes or there are the stories that are like these were the winners and that, it's very important to remember always that all of those stories had at least two sides. And both sides were right from their own perception of reality. And I mean, was Napoleon great? Well, for some people definitely not. So, and this is important to remember. and especially if you were not there. Because I think that the third person who just sits on top of everything and observes, you know, not the not the conquered and not the conqueror, but the one who observes it. If that one would know all the facts behind why, it would be so much easier to judge or not judge. From an interesting perspective, from a pure egoistic, interesting perspective, yes. From a judgment perspective, not really. I mean, I'm very happy about it, and there has been people who said, shouldn't you have written this song from this side instead? Because now sounds like you're taking their side, but you have to see Sabaton the full perspective. Like if you choose just one song and you go in here, then you can find a lot of things in there. And if you look at all the Sabaton songs, you can find We Are Almost Anything. You will find Sabaton is pro-communistic, anti-communistic, pro-imperialistic, anti-imperialistic, right, left, up, down, backwards, forward. We would be everything. And so anybody who comes and put a stamp on us and a label, I would just feel it wash off because you haven't done your homework. If you really want to put a stamp on us, maybe you put us in a psychic asylum, you know, like a crazy person. That would be it. But you can't put a political stamp on Sabaton because it doesn't belong there, because we don't. So I did not know a lot about the story, to be honest. And so there was a lot to be discovered. For example, I did not even know, I knew he was buried here, but I did not know that he was actually originally buried in St. Helena. I did not know when he was brought back. So that was something that I learned while reading about it. What did we learn? That he was very short. But then you read and nope, not true. So this is some kind of made up, how to say, like propaganda. So what we learned in history in Sweden about Napoleon was probably 1/3 of a page in a history book, where it probably said the age, the year around, and that he was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo and he was the Emperor of France. We probably didn't know much more about it. Could be that there's the mentions because of the relationship of his general to the Swedish kings of today, the Bernadotte. So maybe we learned that, but not on the page of Napoleon, but somewhere else. Now I know the relationship a little bit better. There's many things. I mean, we always try to do something unique, and we felt that this whole album was something new, like a little fresh start. And the upcoming tour is something different. There will be no tanks, and for I can tell that, and instead there will be something different on the stage. And so we are presenting a different type of show, and for that we also felt that we can go all the way now. We want to dig a little bit deeper into acting, to actors, theater, and then we also felt that the Legendary Orchestra fitted in. It was time to launch it. It was something we had on our mind for some time, but never really had the opportunity to do, and now we had the opportunity to do it. It's not what a lot of people think. A lot of people are thinking that Sabaton will play with an orchestra, but that's not really true. The orchestra will play...
That's what I think.
Yeah. The orchestra will play a separate show, performing Sabaton songs in their rendition. Fantastic, phenomenal musicians who have taken Sabaton songs and made new variations of them, new arrangements of them, and they will be performing them. All the musicians are phenomenal, handpicked, And the choir will make sure that fans also recognize the songs and can sing along to them. There are lead vocals. There's a lot of songs without lead vocals. And I'm pretty confident that people will enjoy this. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying, that don't erase history. Talk about it. And but by erasing it, I don't believe in that at all. I mean, I don't want to sit and do too much politics and talk about what I think, but I do believe that by this, like, hiding history, hiding truth, if it happened, it happened, and how can you make it unhappen? Well, maybe one day we invent a time machine and we go back and change history. That's one thing. But to try to pretend that it didn't happen just because somebody feels bad about it, no, it's not the way of doing it. I don't totally disagree with that.